Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a long trade on a just absolutely massive bull run higher here on crude oil. From the newsletter charts last night, we talked about a double down support at 41.35 and a triple measured move support at 41.09. We hit those in the overnight session right there and right there, and we haven't stopped going higher since then. So with this massive run higher, one thing to really take note of is the fact that the sellers haven't been able to accomplish anything. This is the second time that they've been able to even break a prior candle's low. Look at this run higher. We started off with this big smash higher at 9 o'clock, right when the market opened up. They triggered underneath one candle's low right there, and they haven't done it ever since, right? So we know that buyers are heavily aggressive in this market, but if you miss this run higher, we need to find a way into the market. And essentially at this point, buyers are going to be buying for any reason. It doesn't matter because they want to get in, especially if they miss the run up. We also know that sellers are probably stuck in and they're not feeling too great right now. So there are probably a lot of sellers that are still short from, the poor souls from down here, and they're not feeling too great about that right now. And they're going to get chased out of the market. Now that may be what this quick little spike higher here was, but either way, this is the first time that we're pulling back since that rally up, and we need to become buyers and a little bit more aggressive on the buy side with all that said. So the entry here, just buying underneath a doji, assuming that since we know a doji is nothing but a range, the break below that range will be a failure, and we're looking for that to be a good place to get in for a move back up for another leg up. Now, the overall stop, I'm putting it underneath this last bullish rise here, this last big spike up. I really don't want to see that taken back. So my stop is going to go underneath that to 42.63, and that means that my target should be at least a 1-to-1 based off of that to 43.17. So we'll get the target up there at 43.17. So that's what we're going to be looking for on the upswing. Now, it may be a little bit before we get there. There may be a little bit more of a pullback, but given how aggressively bullish this has been, I have no doubt in my mind that the buyers are going to be scaling into this aggressively, especially since this is really the first pullback that they've had. Even if it pulls back farther, it's an opportunity to buy more rather than get out of longs because of the overall bullish sentiment so far. So we're in long right now, waiting for the buyers to kick back in, buying low, or at least trying to buy low, and looking for a move up for a 1-to-1 target up to 43.17. Buyers pushing in aggressively here, going up. We're nearing our target up here. Likely a lot of buyers who scaled into this move are looking to take profit up at a new high. I'm looking for a little bit more than that because our initial risk on the trade was larger than that, so we need to make sure that we go for at least a 1-to-1. But because we've seen the buyers show back up to the party, we formed a nice little swing low right here. I'm going to lock my stop in nice and tight. 42.82 is the stop, so an 8-tick stop, still looking for 43.17 as the objective. We may get it on this candle, we may get it in a few, but either way, the primary objective is back up to that level, and maybe even through it. If you definitely, if you have a couple more contracts and you're able to float some, this is the type of day where you may be able to hold one until the end of the day and just close it out then. Unless you've bought down here, then obviously you're taking profit. But overall, still a strong move up. We've reduced pretty much all of the risk at this point. Now we're just waiting for the buyers to finish the move off, get the push up into our 17 target, and get us out of the trade. So far so good. Now we just have to wait for the buyers to show up and finish the work. Pushing in one tick away, and there we get the fill. Beautiful move up. It's exactly what we were looking for. And again, this just goes to show you that when you're trading such an aggressively bullish move, you have to become aggressive. That's just the type of environment it is. If you're waiting for that big, deep pullback, well, I'll see tomorrow because you're probably not going to get it. And if you do, it will get bought. But a lot of times after you wait that long, you've already missed 90% of the movement. It's time to get on board, right? So a beautiful move up. Overall, just a gorgeous rejection of the newsletter levels that we were talking about last night. And man, the buyers were just not joking around when they jumped on board. Huge run up as soon as the market opened up at 9 o'clock, and they haven't looked back. So I would love to see a nice deeper pullback so we can take that as well, but this is going to do it for me. So overall, beautiful trade up. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. And as always, we'll catch you next time.